the first place that I was ever full-time in ministry had a really big focus on Jesus. Never talked about the Father. And that was actually good for me at the time because my relationship with my dad was so messed up. I wouldn't have been able to reconcile those two things in the beginning. And it wasn't until I felt like I knew Jesus, the goodness of Jesus, the kindness of Jesus, what he did on the cross, et cetera, that I could sort of open my heart to the idea that the Father of Jesus was the one who started it and the one who loved me. And it was actually like reading a lot of Brennan Manning's stuff, who's a hero of mine, a lot of Rich Mullins' stuff, where they had such a grasp on the kindness of the Father that it started to make sense to me, because I went, wait. I've always thought if my dad was this way, then the Heavenly Father must be the same. He's pissed off at me just like my dad here is. Yep. I'm not big enough, I'm not fast enough, I'm not strong enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not cool enough, I'm not whatever enough. And I'll never be enough for my earthly dad. Or at least I wasn't, when I was a kid, and that's obviously your formative years. So I looked at God the same way. I'm like, he's just up there pissed off at me going, what an idiot Cory is. He'll never stack up. Like, I made him with all this potential, and he's a moron.
He's blowing it, yeah.
Yeah, like he's missing it. He's not good enough. Excuse me, that's the way, that I always pictured God, the Father in heaven. And honestly, it wasn't really till I became a dad myself that things changed for me. And I don't know if that's probably a lot of people's experience, but I remember holding Gabriel, my first and only son, he's 14 now, for the first time, and looking into his eyes, and he was an ugly little sucker, to be honest. Like, he was an alien.
I have one of those too.
Dirtbags, like, yikes. He's he's a handsome kid now, but man, when they're first born, some parents are like, they're so beautiful, and I'm like, no, they're slimy and they look hilarious. Like aliens, bro.
You're the only other person that I've heard say that, because I would say that same thing all the time.
Dude, they're funny looking, beady little eyes, squint, like squash little head. But I remember looking into his eyes, his face for the first time, and thinking like, oh my gosh, like there's nothing this little kid could do to make me love him anymore right now. He couldn't earn my affection. He couldn't, all of a sudden look at me, Dad, you're amazing, blah, blah, blah. Like, he didn't have to reciprocate anything. And I knew in that moment that there was nothing that he could do to make me love him any less. Which for me, growing up, I always felt like I had to do a lot to get my dad to approve or to think I was strong enough or whatever. And in that moment, holding my own son, it was like, no, this kid doesn't have to do anything